Have you ever opened the refrigerator and wondered whether everything you're storing inside is actually safe for your health? You might believe that the fridge is the best place to keep food fresh, prevent spoilage, and extend its shelf life. But the truth may surprise you. Some foods that seem perfectly normal and are used every day in our kitchens can quietly harm your health if stored in the wrong spot in the fridge, especially for older adults. It's not easy to notice because the warning signs often appear slowly and subtly. It may not be until a sudden joint pain strikes or you feel bloated and uncomfortable at night struggling to sleep that you begin to question what's really going on in your kitchen. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, there are tens of millions of cases of foodborne illness each year, and a large portion of those are caused by improper food storage. In this final part of our video series, we will explore 3 everyday foods, honey, bananas, and olive oil that may seem harmless, but if kept too long in the refrigerator, can undergo changes that negatively affect digestion, joint health, and even reduce the nutritional benefits you're trying to get each day. Please stay with me until the end, because I will also share simple and practical ways to store these items correctly so you can protect your health, starting with the smallest habits. Are you ready? 1. Honey. If there is one food that is delicious, gentle, immune-supporting, and naturally soothing, honey would certainly be at the top of the list. Honey has long been considered nature's liquid gold, not only as a natural sweetener, but also as a traditional remedy to soothe sore throats, reduce coughing, enhance immunity, and even help wounds heal. However, despite all its amazing benefits, not everyone knows how to store honey correctly. And unfortunately, many people, including a large number of older adults, are making one common mistake storing honey in the refrigerator. The first issue with placing honey in a cold environment is crystallization. At low temperatures, especially below 10 degrees Celsius, the sugar molecules in honey begin to bind together and form tiny solid crystals. This makes the honey become thick, grainy, and hard to scoop. Crystallization doesn't mean the honey is spoiled, but it does make it harder to use. If you're unaware, you might assume the honey has gone bad or expired. More concerning, however, is the effect of moisture. Honey naturally has excellent preservation qualities due to its high acidity and high sugar content, both of which prevent bacteria and mold from growing. But when honey crystallizes in the fridge and the lid is frequently opened and closed, moisture from the air can enter the jar. While this might seem minor over time, the accumulated water allows bacteria to ferment the honey, changing its taste, turning it sour, and creating foam. These are clear signs that the honey is starting to spoil and losing its health protective properties. A study published in the Journal of Food Science in the United States found that when honey becomes diluted or contaminated with water, its sugar concentration drops below the natural preservation threshold. This allows yeast and bacteria to grow, which then produces acids and compounds that can irritate digestion. This is particularly risky for older adults who already have weaker digestive systems. Fermented honey may cause bloating, mild diarrhea, or disrupt gut bacteria balance. In addition, one lesser-known fact is that storing honey in the fridge for long periods can slow down the action of natural enzymes such as glucose oxidase. This enzyme helps produce hydrogen peroxide, which gives honey its natural antibacterial properties. When cold temperatures inhibit this enzyme, honey loses much of its germ-fighting effectiveness, essentially turning it into just a sweetener without the health-boosting benefits it once had. Nutritionally speaking, 1 tablespoon of honey, about 21 grams, contains around 64 calories, 17 grams of natural sugar, and small amounts of vitamins and minerals such as vitamin C, iron, zinc, and potassium. Honey is also rich in antioxidants like flavonoids and phenolic acids, which help protect cells from damage caused by free radicals. These compounds play a key role in supporting heart health, reducing inflammation, relieving stress, and boosting immunity, especially important for seniors who are at higher risk of arthritis, leg cramps, or physical fatigue. In traditional medicine, honey has long been considered a natural muscle relaxant and recovery aid. Some athletes even use honey as a quick source of natural energy before or after physical activity, thanks to its fast absorption and low risk of causing blood sugar spikes compared to refined sugar. However, all of these benefits only remain intact if honey is stored correctly, which means keeping it in a cool, dry, dark place, not in the refrigerator. So how should honey be stored properly? The answer is very simple. Store honey in a tightly sealed glass jar placed in a dark and cool spot with a stable room temperature between 20 and 25 degrees Celsius. Avoid storing it near the stove or in direct sunlight. If honey crystallizes, you can easily restore it by placing the jar in warm water at about 40 degrees Celsius for a few minutes. Never use boiling water or microwave heating, as excessive heat will destroy honey's natural enzymes and remove its biological value. Another tip is to avoid transferring honey into other containers unless necessary. Exposure to air or unsterilized utensils can reduce purity and accelerate oxidation. If you buy honey in large quantities, consider dividing it into smaller jars to reduce the need to open the main jar frequently. Many older adults have the habit of drinking warm honey water in the morning or mixing honey with garlic or ginger to boost immunity during the cold season. This is a very healthy routine, as long as the honey is pure, has not crystallized for too long, and has not fermented. If you feel a burning throat, mild stomach pain, or discomfort after using honey, it might be a sign that the honey is no longer in its best condition. If you are looking for a natural way to support your health every day, from relieving joint inflammation, improving digestion, to preventing colds, honey is truly a great option. But remember, the effectiveness of honey is not only in its original quality, but also in how you store it after bringing it home. So have you ever kept honey in the refrigerator? Did you notice any changes in taste or texture? Feel free to leave a comment and share your experience. It may be that starting today, simply changing the position of your honey jar could help you improve your daily health in a safe and simple way. 2 bananas. If you have ever experienced nighttime muscle pains, sudden leg cramps, or stiffness in your joints when you wake up, you might be lacking an essential mineral that bananas provide in abundance: potassium. Bananas have long been known as a nutrient-rich fruit, easy to digest, offering quick energy and gentle on the stomach. However, what many people do not realize is that if bananas are not stored correctly, especially when placed in the refrigerator, both their flavor and nutritional value can be negatively affected. In some cases, this can even lead to unwanted digestive reactions, especially in older adults. Let us start with the simplest fact. Bananas are a tropical fruit with soft cellular structures that are highly sensitive to cold temperatures. When you store bananas in the refrigerator, especially when they are not yet fully ripe, the natural ripening process is halted. The enzymes responsible for turning the banana from firm to soft and sweet become inactive. As a result, the banana fails to develop its full flavor and sweetness. You may notice that the peel turns dark, the flesh inside becomes mushy, and there might be a strange odor or a slightly metallic taste. But more concerning is the fact that this change in peel color is not just cosmetic. Cold temperatures damage the cell walls, creating an environment where microorganisms can thrive more easily, especially if the banana is already ripe or has small bruises. Taking bananas out of the fridge into a warmer environment causes condensation to form on the peel, increasing the risk of mold or faster spoilage. This can affect digestion in older adults who may not recognize the signs and continue to eat the bananas unaware of the changes. A study from Cornell University found that bananas stored below 12 degrees Celsius experience a phenomenon called false ripening. This means the peel may darken, but the inside does not reach full ripeness. The texture becomes dry and crumbly. The flavor is diminished, and the levels of important nutrients are lower. Specifically, cold storage significantly reduces dopamine and catechin content, 2 powerful antioxidants that help reduce inflammation and protect muscle cells, thereby lowering the risk of joint pain and muscle aches in seniors. Nutritionally, 1 medium-sized banana, about 118 grams, contains approximately 105 calories, 422 milligrams of potassium, 27 grams of carbohydrates, 3 grams of fiber, and small amounts of vitamin C, vitamin B6, and magnesium. Potassium is a vital mineral that helps maintain electrolyte balance, supports nerve function, and regulates muscle contractions. A deficiency in potassium can lead to muscle cramps, irregular heartbeat fatigue, and difficulty maintaining physical activity, all of which are common concerns for older adults. Besides potassium, bananas also contain magnesium, a mineral that relaxes muscles, calms the nervous system, and improves sleep quality. For people who often experience nighttime leg cramps or early morning muscle soreness, eating a banana each day can be a natural way to ease these symptoms. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that older adults with diets rich in potassium and magnesium had a 33% lower risk of muscle pain compared to those who lacked these nutrients. However, all of these benefits can only be achieved when bananas are stored properly. When kept in the fridge, the breakdown of enzymes causes bananas to lose vitamin C and reduce their ability to support iron absorption, a key factor in preventing anemia in older adults. Additionally, cold bananas are often harder to digest, causing bloating or discomfort, especially for people with digestive issues such as colitis, irritable bowel syndrome, or weakened digestive enzymes. So how should bananas be stored correctly? The answer is very simple. If the bananas are still green or not fully ripe, keep them at room temperature in a cool, shaded area away from direct sunlight. You can hang them on a hook or place them in a well-ventilated basket. Once ripe, if you are not able to eat them all at once, peel the bananas, slice them, and store them in a sealed container in the freezer. This way they can be used later for smoothies, banana bread, or oatmeal. Never store whole bananas with the peel in the refrigerator, as this will damage both their quality and nutritional value. Here are a few small tips you can use to make bananas last longer. Wrap the banana stems with plastic wrap to reduce the release of ethylene gas, a natural chemical that causes bananas to ripen faster. If you want to speed up ripening, place green bananas near apples or avocados. On the other hand, if you want to slow down ripening, keep bananas separated from one another. Bananas also make a great light snack before bedtime, especially if you have trouble sleeping or often experience nighttime cramps. With their natural content of tryptophan, an amino acid that helps the body produce serotonin and melatonin, bananas can help you relax, sleep better, and gently improve your mood without the need for sleep medication. As you can see, bananas may be simple, affordable, and easy to find, but when used and stored properly, they offer powerful benefits for senior health, from supporting muscles, reducing cramps, improving digestion to helping you sleep better and maintain steady energy throughout the day. All of it begins with one small habit. Do not refrigerate your bananas. Have you ever kept bananas in the refrigerator? Did you notice any changes in taste or signs of discomfort after eating them? Please leave a comment and share your experience. You might help someone else avoid a small mistake that could lead to long-term health issues. 3. Olive oil. Olive oil has long been known as the liquid gold of the Mediterranean diet, a dietary approach widely recommended by health experts around the world for its outstanding benefits to heart health, brain function, and even the bones and joints. For older adults in particular, olive oil is not just a healthy fat that replaces animal fat. It is also a valuable source of nutrients that help reduce inflammation, improve muscle flexibility, and support natural relief from joint pain. However, there is a common mistake that many people continue to make without realizing it: storing olive oil in the refrigerator. If you have ever noticed your olive oil turning cloudy or forming small wax-like clumps, that is a clear sign the oil has been exposed to cold temperatures. You might assume that the oil has gone bad, but that is not the case. This is simply crystallization of fatty acids in the oil due to the cold. While this is not harmful to your body, it does significantly affect the oil's flavor texture and, most importantly, the antioxidant content, the very compounds that make olive oil so beneficial in the first place. One of the most important health benefits of olive oil comes from its high content of polyphenols, natural plant compounds that reduce inflammation, protect cells, and slow down the aging process. Research from Tufts University and Harvard has shown that consuming extra virgin olive oil daily can lower the risk of heart disease, stroke, and cognitive decline in older adults. However, these valuable compounds are highly sensitive and can be destroyed if the oil is stored incorrectly, especially in environments with high humidity or unstable temperatures, such as the refrigerator. Many people believe that keeping olive oil in the fridge extends its shelf life, but the truth is quite the opposite. When olive oil is chilled and then brought back out for use, the repeated changes in temperature accelerate oxidation. In other words, the oil molecules begin to break down and form free radicals. These free radicals not only reduce the nutritional value of the oil, but can also contribute to increased inflammation in the body if the degraded oil is used over a long period of time. In terms of nutrition, 1 tablespoon of olive oil contains about 120 calories and 14 grams of fat, most of which are monounsaturated fats. the kind of healthy fat that supports heart health by lowering bad cholesterol, LDL, and increasing good cholesterol, HDL. Olive oil also contains vitamin E, vitamin K, and several powerful antioxidants, such as oleocanthal, a compound known for its anti-inflammatory effect, similar to that of non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs. This makes olive oil especially helpful in relieving joint pain and muscle stiffness in older adults. However, these benefits only remain intact if the oil is stored under proper conditions. The best place to store olive oil is in a stable room temperature environment between 15 and 22 degrees Celsius. It should be kept away from direct sunlight, moisture, and heat sources such as gas stoves or microwaves. It is ideal to use a dark-colored glass bottle or a sealed tin container to protect the oil. Avoid placing olive oil near windows or kitchen appliances that generate heat, as light and high temperatures can quickly break down the oil's antioxidant compounds. When stored correctly, a bottle of extra virgin olive oil can maintain its quality for up to 18 to 24 months after opening. Some people use olive oil for salads or light cooking. But it is important to know that not all olive oil is suitable for high heat. For frying or stir-frying at high temperatures, refined olive oil is a better option. Extra virgin olive oil, on the other hand, is best used for drizzling, baking, or consuming raw to preserve its full nutritional value. If your olive oil becomes cloudy, develops an off smell, or has been chilled and reheated multiple times, its flavor and safety may be compromised over time. Beyond its cardiovascular benefits, olive oil also has a positive impact on bone and joint health. A study from Spain found that middle-aged and older adults who consumed olive oil daily had higher bone density, better mobility, and fewer complaints of joint pain in the knees, shoulders, and hips compared to those who did not. This is believed to result from the combination of healthy fats and polyphenols that help protect connective tissues and reduce oxidative stress in the joints. Some older adults keep high-quality olive oil in the fridge in hopes of preserving it longer. But if you pay close attention, you'll notice that once the oil is cold and then taken out, it thickens and becomes difficult to pour. This can easily lead to overpouring, causing you to consume more calories than intended, which can affect your weight and blood sugar if not carefully managed. Therefore, to get the most out of olive oil's benefits, it is essential to store it properly. Do not keep it in the fridge. Instead, store the bottle in a cool, dark place where the temperature is stable. If you have already kept it in the refrigerator, you can leave the oil at room temperature to return to its normal state naturally, but avoid heating it in the microwave or placing it near a strong heat source. Also, aim to use the oil within 6 months to 1 year after opening, and always seal the bottle tightly after each use to limit air exposure. Olive oil is one of the most valuable foods for senior health, from heart support to joint protection. But these benefits can be lost if you unknowingly store it the wrong way. Take a moment to check where you have placed your olive oil bottle. A small change in storage may bring a big improvement to your long-term health. Are you currently storing your olive oil in the refrigerator? Have you noticed any changes in taste or texture? Feel free to share in the comments. Your small experience might help someone else correct a simple habit and live healthier every day. So we have just explored the final 3 foods: honey, bananas, and olive oil, all of which seem familiar and harmless at first glance. But when stored improperly, especially when placed in the refrigerator, they can lose many of their valuable benefits. In some cases, they may even have adverse effects on your health, particularly for older adults. Honey, when chilled, tends to crystallize, becomes more prone to moisture, and may ferment, which reduces its natural antibacterial enzymes. Bananas, when kept in a cold environment, lose their antioxidants, undergo false ripening, and may develop unpleasant textures that impact digestion. Olive oil, if exposed to cold and repeated temperature changes, may break down, lose its anti-inflammatory compounds, and become oxidized, losing its original flavor and health benefits. As you can see, sometimes our health is not determined by big changes, but rather by the smallest habits in our kitchen. A properly placed jar, a banana hung in the right spot, a bottle of oil stored at room temperature. All of these little decisions can help build a healthier and safer life day by day. This is especially true for older adults whose digestion, joint function, and immune systems are more sensitive. Understanding and doing the right thing in these small matters can help you avoid unnecessary long-term health problems. If you found today's information helpful, do not forget to like and subscribe to the channel so we can continue this journey together in the next videos. There are still many valuable and practical tips waiting for you, things that not only help you stay healthy, but also allow you to live with more joy, more confidence, and more understanding each day. And how about you? Among the 9 foods we have explored together, have you ever stored any of them incorrectly? Which one surprised you the most? Please leave a comment below. I am always ready to listen to your health journey and share with you the most useful guidance. Wishing you good health, peace of mind, and the ability to manage your daily habits well. See you again in the next videos.